Hey folks, now I don't usually swear or curse or whatever terminology you want to use for it on my vlogs, just on the basis that, you know, there's younger people watch these too, and it's not that I'm against it, it's just that I don't usually do it on the videos. So, but I feel I might do on this one just because I feel quite strongly about it. So to my girls, if you two are watching this, turn it off now and come and speak to Dad, and I'll explain about it. But it's stuff that you don't need to know about until you're older. So today I want to make a vlog about following your gut instinct, or your heart, or whichever way you want to call it, but that feeling that you have inside you. Yesterday, as some of you might already know, I got a piece of news that was, it was a bit of a blow, and I posted something up on Facebook about it right at the time of I just kind of read it and digested it. So therefore my post kind of came out as I'm feeling a bit that way out about it. Now that's natural, that happens, but I'm concerned that it might send out the wrong ideas to people. I'm concerned that some people might think, oh man, he applied for this £112,000 and that must have been so important to his business, and how can this just happen, and oh, you can set off doing something like this and then make all your plans and then it can all just get shit on, and I don't want that to be the case, because frankly, when you're in this situation, it's not true. These sort of things happen, and they're a bit of a blow, and you're a bit kind of when it happens, but you don't stop. So anyway, let's talk a little bit about following your gut.
Now, I feel I should probably set this off by explaining a couple of things. One, what do I mean when I say you should follow your gut? And two, how did I get into this position in the first place? So what I mean by following your gut is that I honestly believe, and it comes down to a bit of a belief system, a bit philosophical, but bear with me. I honestly believe that everybody inside them, if they don't already know what it is, but they've got something in them. Now, it has a voice, and it's telling them that they should be doing something. They should be, maybe it's a big thing, like changing jobs, or going to university to learn about a subject, or more likely it's a smaller thing, like maybe they want to start doing vlogs, maybe you want to do a podcast radio show or something, I don't know, or maybe you just want to start a new hobby, or maybe you've not even bought a bike yet and you're thinking about getting into mountain biking. But there's something in there, whether you've identified it or listened to that voice yet, there's something in there telling you to do something, and I really believe that you should listen to it, and that's what I mean by listening to your gut instinct. So how did I find myself in the position I'm in right now? Well, it's quite a long story, so I'll try and keep it as short as possible. I did a job for the past 7 years, where it was managerial role. I don't actually know how I got into it, because quite frankly, I didn't go to university. The reason I didn't go to university is because I got kicked off my A-level course in the second year of them because I got caught down the pub. Stupid, but it happened, and that's my backstory. So I went into a managerial position with a large company, a big UK corporation, on the basis of walking into that interview and thinking, well, I can do this. I understand how this works. I can do it. Somehow, miraculously, some might say, got the job. Anyway, 7 years down the line, I had made just over £8 million profit for that company. Well, not just me. I had a really good team working for me, and they worked their fucking bollocks off. They worked really hard, and a lot of credit goes to them. And a lot of them are still there doing it now. So, you know, fair play. But I worked in that company, and I was concerned for a little while about my kind of self-worth. I was kind of driving not such dissimilar to how I am now, but I'd never spent more than £1,000 on a car, and it was kind of not broke, but you know, making a lot of money for other people, but not really having much spare myself. You know, and you guys will know this, that have got families and mortgages are expensive. So we can't all expect to be rich. You've got to pay for the important things first. But it started to, the self-worth within the company started to come into question. And then you start to question yourself. And it can end up in a bit of a kind of, if your gut is saying you shouldn't be doing this, man, it's not good for you, and you don't listen, and you just kind of plough on through and crack through, you can make yourself quite ill. And I did that, and 3 years ago, found myself in a position where I'd been subscribed Prozac and counselling. Wow, what a surprise that was. That's something. If you are in that position now, then I feel for you, and I know what you're going through. Or if you've ever been in that position in the past, then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. First thing that happens to you is just straight up surprise. You're like, I feel pretty shitty, but wasn't expecting that. So moving on, it just so happened that Prozac wasn't working out for me. It was weird. It felt like being on drugs. Before you start taking it, you feel bad. When you start taking it, you feel nothing, like no feelings at all. Weird, and I didn't like it. The counselling, I'm not putting a downer on counselling. I'm sure it works for some people, but I'm just not that person. It doesn't work for me. A guy asks you questions, but how does that make you feel? Well, it makes me feel pretty fucking shitty. That's why I'm sat here talking to you and you giving me drugs. So this is just a circular talk. It just goes round and round. It wasn't working for me. So I got to the point of thinking, well, the only person that's going to make you feel better is you. And then I'd start listening to my gut about, look, if you don't want to do this, what do you want to do? Now, remember, it's different for everybody. And what I wanted to do was this, which is like a big thing. It doesn't have to be a big thing. You don't, if your gut's telling you, well, I'd quite fancy making some videos and putting them up on YouTube. Cool. It's just what you find satisfaction in. But it just so happens that this is what I wanted to do. So I started planning it for a year. Now, I was still working at that same place, but I felt a whole lot different. When you start the planning stages of things and you've got a mission in place, now I'm going to listen to my gut, I'm going to follow this through, I'm going to investigate it, it gives you a bit of a different outlook, because you're not kind of like lost and like, oh, what the hell do I do then? You know what I mean? You've got that kind of, right, well, we've got a bit of focus here. And, you know, this is it. After all that, a bit of listening, and here I end up. But, there are still things that happen that go wrong. And this isn't some sort of idyllic, tranquil fix to all of life's problems. There is still shit that happens that you've got to deal with. But the whole point of me making this video is, Jesus, don't let that put you off. I believe that there's two things, two P's that'll put people off from listening to their gut and ultimately doing their own thing. Those two P's being problems and people. Now, problems, there's no getting round it. Do you know what? They're gonna surface, and if you just accept that, and before you get into any of this, turn the TV off, get on the internet, and start doing your planning. I planned this place for a year before even contacting anybody about getting hold of some land, which then took a bit of time as well, which then created its own problem. But just accept that problems are going to be there. they'll keep turning up. You'll get midway into things like I did yesterday, and another problem will turn up. But just be accepting. It's okay. Roll with the punches. You knew they were coming. If you knew they were coming right from the outset, it's not such of a kick in the teeth, so to speak. It's okay. It's another thing happening. So problems, don't see it as a barrier. Investigate and anticipate, and then accept that they're always coming anyway. And the other thing is people. As far as people go, you know what? There's a I've got a couple of strong beliefs on that, I suppose. But first of all, surround yourself with why not people, because there's a shit ton of why people. You could say to somebody, hey man, do you know what, I'm really dead into mountain biking, and I've got a little bit of money spare, and I'm thinking about buying one of them GoPros, and it's free to put stuff on YouTube, so I think I'm going to make a bit of a vlog about my mountain biking and what I like to do and get out, and just send it on out there. Guaranteed there'll be a whole bunch of people go, why? What are you doing that for? Why? Why would anybody want to watch that? Fuck them. Cut the ties. You don't need them in your life. You do not need that kind of negativity in your life. That pisses me off, honestly, those kind of people. The people that you need around you, when you say that stuff, they go, yeah, why not? That's what you need. And also, do you know what? You need to be able to say that to yourself as well, because you know you might also be thinking in your own mind, well, why should I do that? Why is that a good idea? Fuck it. Start asking the question, why not? Why shouldn't I do that? What the hell could go wrong? So you make let's say it's the vlog thing. You make a video about your day out mountain biking, and you get home, upload it onto YouTube, and no one watches. So what? It's a laugh making them, especially if you're already doing something that you enjoy. What, no one watches? Who gives a shit? It was a good thing to do anyway. It's a bit of fun. The other part of people, and YouTube's quite, I suppose, one of the good things for this, is it might be a bit off-putting for some people for the comments and stuff. And what most people, especially my kids, and what a lot of other people call haters. I'm not buying that whole haters word. It's like made up for the internet age. Well, I'm sorry man, but I'm old school. Haters. Think about it. The internet is a public domain, right? A public place. What else is a public domain and a public place? The high street. Same thing. And it's like, it's okay to have this special word for them, and therefore enable them to be able to do it, because they're just haters. No, they're not. The real people in a real public place. Imagine this scenario. Normal people, if it's not their cup of tea and it's not really for them, are able to have a conversation about that. You're down the street with your mate Dave. Dave has got a new grey jacket, okay? He says, hey man, just bought this new jacket, what do you think? Now if it's not really your cup of tea, there's a couple of things you might do. You might say, yeah, it's really nice mate, regardless of whether you mean it or not, because you don't want to be that guy who hurts somebody else's feelings. Or you might say, well, you know, I'm not really a massive fan of grey jackets, but hey dude, you know, it's not my cup of tea, but you're rocking it, awesome. That's what normal people do. Do you know who haters are? Haters are the guys on the other side of the street that mid-conversation shout across the street from a distance, hey, grey jackets are for wankers, so you must be a wanker. Because that's what it is, it's shouting out on the internet. They're not haters, they're just fucking idiots. And why have we given them a new special name? They get their own category of, so well, they're just haters, it's okay. Fuck them, idiots. Simple as that. Dimwits who don't know any better, who can't fathom who aren't normal people, who can't just walk by and go, well, you know, grey jackets aren't really my cup of tea either, but you know, fair dues, do your thing. They're not normal people. Fuckwit. So when I'm saying about that might be something that's off-putting, why worry? Why worry about them? They've utter idiot. Unfortunately, the world's full of them. We can't change that. There's nothing you can do about it. So just don't worry about it. Just, I'll tell you what, over the past, year and a half or so, I've had it all of them. I've had the whys, I've had my fair share of why not, and you know, I'm luckily in a position now with, you know, there's 4,250 odd of you on here basically saying, yeah, why not? So it's cool, I surround myself with those people. But man, I've had my fair share of haters. And over the course of time, and just to let you in on the kind of secret of it all, over the course of time, if you're worried about it now, don't. Because as it goes on, you just don't care about it. You really become sort of a idiot. It's not something to worry about. Don't let it be off-putting to you. So what I'm saying is, if you don't have any why not people in your life, then I'll be that guy. Why not? You're on the internet now, stay on it. If there's something in your gut, there's something telling you that you should be doing something, I don't care what it is. It's not, do you know what? It's not important to me what it is, it's important to you. I don't know, your missus likes dancing, so stay on the internet and investigate taking some salsa classes or something. Jesus, if you're not happy with what you're doing, look into the idea of starting your own business. But do you know what? All that is just investigating. No harm, no foul. You can't do any harm. You're just researching and investigating. Start there and see where that takes you. Because do you know what? Fuck the people. All this calling people haters and stuff. We need to globally stop doing that. It's bullshit. They're idiots. Let's just fucking call them idiots. Stop putting some sort of polite term. They're not polite people. Don't give them a polite term. Anyway, I want to crack on. Anyway, the whole reason that I made this film today is because I put a post on my Facebook page yesterday. I don't want people to get the wrong impression. I don't want people to think, oh man, I'm not going to follow my gut and do the things that I want to do, because look at this guy, you get so far down the line and then you just get shit on. Don't worry about it. These things happen. It doesn't make any odds to me. It changes plans a little bit. It just creates a problem that you solve and you get on and you crack on. So don't worry about me feeling a bit down and going, because it's natural that you get bad news and you feel a bit rubbish. But hey, it's a new day. Over it now. Let's crack on with splitting some more of these logs and getting some drainage in. Thanks very much for your time. I'll see you again soon.